ATEEZ finally addresses those K-pop demon hunters comparisons. I've heard that a lot recently. Exclusive. Need to know. ATEEZ are addressing fans' comparisons of their group to the demon boy band Saja Boys from K-pop Demon Hunters. The animated movie recently became Netflix's most-watched film ever. ATEEZ dropped their single In Your Fantasy in July and is in the middle of their In Your Fantasy world tour. Yes, ATEEZ know what you've been saying about them and the Saja Boys, and they're here for it. Ever since Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunters dropped in June, fans have been hypothesizing about what real-life Korean groups may have inspired the members of the fictional demon boy band Saja Boys. As the animated film hit maximum virality this summer, it's now the most-watched Netflix movie ever. One group dominated the conversation. I've seen fans compare our song In Your Fantasy to the K-pop Demon Hunters' Idol performance, and I think it makes sense in a way. ATEEZ's Yo song, 26, tells people of the group's sultry, sinister single, complete with a sexy, sinister music video that could be set in Gwi-Ma's underworld as easily as an underground club. Both have that intensity, where it feels like you're being pulled into another world, he explains. For ATEEZ, this music video was about showing a seductive and almost dangerous kind of fantasy, something that feels bigger than reality. And their electric performance style, which is currently being showcased on their 32-show world tour In Your Fantasy, exudes that same energy. What's similar to the Saja Boys is that when we step on stage, we want fans to feel like they're escaping into a story, even just for a few minutes. That's where I can really see a connection, says Yo Song. And while the song and music video for In Your Fantasy, which debuted July 11, were definitely in the works well before K-pop Demon Hunters dropped on Netflix on June 20, the parallels have been delighting fans, known as ATEEZ, who are busy trying to match up the Sajas, Jinu, Abby, Mystery, Romance, and Baby, with ATEEZ as members, who along with Yo Song include Hongjeong, 26, Seonghwa, 27, Yuno, 26, San, 26, Mingi, 26, Wooyoung, 25, and Jungho, 24. Cases have been made for all, but in the larger K-pop discourse, Abby, so named for his mesmerizing abdominal muscles, being a stand-in for ATEEZ's San, has become all but canon. Asked what he makes of the comparison, San laughs and admits, "I've heard that a lot recently," but he demurs about exactly why. Honestly, I think it's because of the intensity in his eyes and the way he carries himself. While the popularity of Demon Hunters has turned even more eyes on the group of late, K-pop TikTok is filled with confessionals from new fans who discovered ATEEZ thanks to the movie. The 8-piece group, who debuted in 2018, are making even more waves on their own. In July, they released the album Golden Hour Part 3, In Your Fantasy Edition, which, in a break from their typical format, features 8 solo tracks, one by each member. When we decided to include solo tracks, I felt both excited and responsible. I worked closely on 6 of the songs, including my own, helping the members shape their ideas into music. What excited me most was seeing how each track revealed a completely different color of ATEEZ. Of course, there were worries too, since it was our first time releasing in this format, but it became a chance to show both individuality and unity. Mingi shares, "For me, I was excited to push myself musically with my solo. Producing my own track let me express a new side of myself, and I was curious how ATEEZ would react to that challenge. On the stage, his boundless energy during Roar had fans doing just that." Jungho's powerful vocals were showcased on To Be Your Light. "My solo was especially meaningful because I worked with a close friend. It gave me a new perspective and allowed me to focus deeply on my voice. I felt a mix of excitement and nerves, but in the end, I think that sincerity came through." All 8 solos are also part of the tour set list, which really changes the flow of the concert, says Yuno. "Usually, we're always performing as 8, feeding off each other's energy, but with solos, it's about showing our own individuality. It also means the members get a bit more of a breather between their often high-intensity performances. I usually use that time to prepare mentally for my own performance," says Seonghwa. But honestly, a lot of the time we're gathered by the monitor, watching the members stage together. We clap, cheer, and sometimes even joke around to ease the nerves. It keeps the energy light and reminds us that even when one of us is alone on stage, we're all still performing as a team.